Hello everybody! Welcome in! I hope everyone is having a good time zone. Welcome in Swan Dragon, Rixie, Squidsef, hello. Good to see you all. I hope everyone's been having a good day today. I've been okay. I was feeling a little unwell earlier actually. I'm okay now, but yeah. I'm doing okay. Please don't steal my blowhigh. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. Yeah, we're doing some art today. I quite like my art streams and people seem to enjoy them, so I'm wanting to do more. But we have one more subathon art piece to do, and so I'm going to try and do that today. Should be a lot of fun. Should be pretty chill. We'll see if I get it all done. I might not. We'll see. We've talked about this. I need one if I had one and stop stealing yours. Well, maybe I should get you one then. They are pretty cute. Very comfy. Nods. Fair enough. Maybe if I had money. Also the octopus. Yeah, the octopus. I forgot what the octopus is called. I do have that one too. It's very cute. Lots of arms. Lots of arms make good hugs. That's how it works. More arms equal better hugs. It's a true fact of the universe. Okay. It's not quite so hot here today, which is nice. It's been really, really warm lately. I do still have to have a fan on because it's still pretty warm, but it's not super hot. It's not like heat stroke hot. So I have a cough. I don't know why I have a cough. It just suddenly came on this morning. It's weird. It's getting worse here. That's unfortunate. It was really bad here last week, but it seems to be settling down a bit. There is an octopus version of the blowhigh. Yeah, it's like an orange octopus. It's very cute. Not deadly hot yet. Definitely don't want the AC to stay broken. Your AC's broken? Oh no. Yeah, no, get that fixed. Yeah, the octopus plushie is really cute. I didn't realize they had like a whole line of those. There's like a few more as well. I was at an IKEA like a couple of years ago. I don't go to IKEA very much because I don't actually like going there. But yeah, I was at an IKEA a couple of years ago and I spotted one and I was just like, I must have it. It was very cute. It's a very cute thing. You don't even have AC? Oof. Even I have to have AC. It gets too hot here. Which is wild, considering I live in basically the most mild climate in the world. But I still need AC. You're in Texas, so AC is something of a necessity. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, it doesn't get, like, unbelievably hot here most of the time. But anytime it's over, like, 24 Celsius, which is a lot more than it used to be, because all of our, like, houses are built to contain heat because it's cold most of the year, it just gets really, really hot. And I have a problem where, at the same time that stuff is getting really, really hot, I am also getting, like, really bad allergies. So I can't just open the window. Plus, I also have, like, I hate bugs, and there's also loads of bugs flying in my window, and I hate that. So I just keep my windows closed. Which also means my room gets really hot. Like, anywhere I am gets really, really hot. So I kind of have to have AC to just filter the room out. And make it not kill me. Because, like, okay, it gets to like 25 sometimes here in like spring and late summer. And that's hot. That's hot enough to cause problems. But it can get as high as 40. I've known it to get as high as 40 here. Only recently. But 40 degrees Celsius is pretty intense. Like, that's like, it's not like, I think it's like 106 Fahrenheit. Think places can only get hot because of cute fairies there? Maybe. You may be onto something. Maybe if I were a fire fairy, that would be true. Alright, I'm gonna tab over to Clip Studio and we can start drawing while we yap. Screen windows help with bugs, but we somehow still occasionally find moderately sized ones. Yeah, I've tried like mesh filters and things and they don't work. Alright. You talked about it. Gotta pull that out a little bit. Okay. So, we're drawing this little gooba today. I have an idea for a pose I want. Dish is done? Congratulations. I have an idea for a pose I want. Let's see if I can do it. This one's a bit of an interesting challenge because it's a little bit more of a chibi design than I'm used to. But let's see. I could get pose reference, but I always struggle getting pose reference. Because, like, I have a pose in mind, right? But I really struggle to find, like, reference poses for it. So I'm just going to try and freehand it. So I'm thinking, like something kind of like this. This is like really, really, really rough, obviously. You can try and pull up a website that does pose reference really well. That could be helpful, long term at least. I don't know if it'll be helpful today because I don't want to like go trolling a website just for one thing today, but we'll see. Let's see. Give them those links if they're not doing it for me. Not great at more realistic art myself, so I don't have any OCs on Super Cartoon. That's totally fair. But your non-realistic art is really good. I've seen a lot of it, and it's really, really good. Okay, I think we want something like this. I think this is basically the pose I'm going for. So we're gonna add another layer, lower that down, and we'll do like some actual sketchies. So we've got to sort of... kind of like it's like a two oval kind of shape like that. I do not make art. I just trick silly fairies into making me art and use them for psych. Yeah, okay. So I have to explain this. A while ago, I think it was my very first art stream. I did an art stream where I just made random doodles, and a certain somebody in the chat asked me to draw Miggleby the Scrump. There was no context for this. I was just asked to draw Miggleby the Scrump. And so I just drew some random nonsense that kind of my brain went to when I heard the term Miggleby the Scrump. So that was kind of what I drew. And then last Saturday, my said person, who is in the chat right now, you know who you are, introduced a character, happens to be my D&D, my home D&D games, DM. So, they introduced a character into the game called Miggleby the Scrump. Like this is not working for me. And I just lost it. They used the art that I drew during that stream. It was so funny. That's good. Let's try to keep it quite curvy. Miggleby is very helpful and good guide, yes. Miggleby guided us to a poison cave. This is not my final line art. I'm just kind of doing some sketchies. That, I think. Then we want kind of like... like that. I think that's the big idea. And then we gotta do this. We've gotta get this hair kind of down, which is a rough kind of shape for the hair. So we've got like the little spiral thing there that comes in behind the glasses. And there's a little like tuft there. I'm just kind of drawing like really rough shapes that I can then refine in a second. Like literally drawing like rough circles where these little like curls are. I think that is mainly it, honestly. But you just do a kind of something like this, and then more like that, and then yeah, okay. I think we've got a vague like outline now, so I can kind of actually do some more clean line art. Okay, we're gonna hide this one, and then lower the opacity of that, and then I'm gonna actually try and draw some cleaner line art. So I'm gonna do this. Let's start with the eyes. These are going to be rough, because I struggle to draw circles. Circles are hard. Okay, that's going to be good. Just going to do that. That's one. This is hard. I think that's good. If I just zoom in here, I can get rid of that. Okay. Turn this down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to draw a swoop of the hair here. Just so I've got a border for the... just so I got a border for the face here. Do you need to tweak this? Because this is not correct. Just pull this way a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then the face can kind of go... This is a tricky shape. If I do it this way. Yeah, it's a little bit easier. Something like that. I want something kind of like that shape, but less pointy. Kind of a little flat here, and then just kind of... Yeah, okay. If it's a little bit slower. Okay, what's my oh, I don't have any smoothing on. Okay, how do I do smoothing again? If I can. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Go get rid of this bit and then I can tweak it a little bit. Okay, let's just... I've got to do a simplify on this. And then we can kind of smooth it out a little. Yeah, okay. Happy with that. Strong layer. We lock these. That's good. Zoom in a little here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is looking good already. I'm liking this a lot. Okay, now for the bow tie. I think we want to get kind of like the little knot shape. It's kind of like a this kind of shape, but a little rounded. It's almost it. It's a little too tall. This is tough. I'm struggling with this one. I'm just not quite satisfied with any of these shapes I'm drawing. That one's pretty good. I'll take that one. And in fact, I might take this onto a new layer. Do this on another again. Because then I have like the body on a separate layer to the head, and I think that's helpful. pets! Thank you for the pets, Sacksmith. We appreciate it. Welcome in. Yeah, hecky. The shape's really tough, actually. Let me just do it like, hold on, what if I do... Yeah, okay, I think that's the way to do it. It's kind of like a... So close to a melon? You do love to melon me. You do it a lot. Not that I have a problem with that. Thank you for the melon. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll take that. Actually, no. I want the entire top of the knot to be above the chin. Okay. I think I'm going too far in at the end there. I think it needs to be more rounded. There we go. Okay, and I can just clean that up a little bit. Just do a little simplify there, and then I can bend that out a little so it's not quite so harsh. There we go. There we go! Melon! Too small. That end piece. Okay. Oh, thank you for the hydrating posture check. Hold on. I have drunk tea. I have unshrimped. Thank you. That actually is really good. I like that a lot. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna do another layer for the body. Wait, hang on, I'm not done with the tie yet. I've got the whole like actual tie. Do you think I want to kind of swing out this way a little bit? That. Yeah. Okay. You just kind of join up these end pieces a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, okay. I think that looks good. I'm gonna actually start naming my my layers, I think. Because otherwise I will forget. Okay, there we go. Right, body. You recognize this music? The music is all remixes from Final Fantasy XIV, and they are lo-fi Final Fantasy XIV remixes. I believe that last one was the Endwalker theme tune. believe this one is Return to Oblivion. Layers need to have names so that when they're KO'd it'll hit that much harder. Okay, mean. After we lost the soul lock yesterday. Gay Ice Daughter, yes. Gay Ice Daughter. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, we lost the soul lock yesterday. Weirdly, it wasn't actually my fault. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Mooney ran into a triple battle that just wiped our entire team. We did pick basically the hardest gen to soul lock, to be fair. It's a really tough one to do Gen 5. Each save channel points, so the next thing you know, so I can give more luck melons. Fair. I did say yesterday that next time I do a soul lock, I am not doing Gen 5. Weirdly, Pokemon White 2 is the only game I've tried to Nuzlocke, and I've tried to Nuzlocke it twice. The first time I just kind of gave up because it was just too stressful. And then the last time it was the soul lock. Alright, and then we've got... There we go. Third time's the charm? Definitely understand. Yeah, I think what next time I probably will do the Gen 2 remix. Because Gen 2 is really nice for a Nuzlocke. Because there's a couple of problems with Gen 5, particularly Black and White 2, right? So the first one is triple battles and rotation battles are an absolute nightmare. The second is that the games are extremely linear, which means anytime you do some progress, you barely get any new encounters. This out of the way, this is annoying me. Because you only unlock like 1 or 2 areas every time you do a gem. Rather than the less linear titles like Gen 2, which is really, really non-linear. Which is also why Gen 2's level curve is so broken. Gen 2 remakes do have a level bump for the Elite Four. That's fine. I'm also most familiar with Gen 2, which does help. Because I played that one a lot as a kid, and then... But I also, like, I didn't really learn the systems for Gen 2, but I have learned the systems for Gen 4 and onwards. So, like, having the whole system for, like... So I don't really know Gen 2's quirks as well, but I know, like, the game better. That makes sense. Gen 4 Johto, yeah, exactly. Not liking that line. I like that quite a lot. It's a nice curve. Okay. Zoom in a bit. That, what the heck is this? This needs to go, whatever this is. Needs to go away. That little line needs to go. Okay. So we now have some arms. I'm gonna save this because I need to be able to like just kind of save as I'm going, because otherwise I'm gonna get annoyed when inevitably something bad happens and I have to redo a bunch of work. I learned very early on in my digital creator career that you save often. Save often. Because I used to do a lot of work in Flash, right? And Flash is notorious, or was notorious, back when it was still a thing, for just kind of randomly crashing. So I kind of learned very quickly, if you don't save it, you lose it, basically. Closest I do to Pokemon Challenge runs these days is just catching everything in a Pokeball or Premier Ball, which in recent gens, if you don't spend the money on other types of Pokeballs, you just buy hundreds of it. Yeah, like, I've done the same for a very long time. Since Gen 6, when I ran Gen 6, I decided that I wanted to just catch everything in a Pokeball. And I decided that because I'd done a previous... I'd previously been playing Gen 4, and I'd managed to get, through totally legitimate means, the Arceus event item, which I know is not possible to get with legitimate means, but shh. So I caught Arceus in a Pokeball because I ran the numbers. I looked up the Pokeball catching formula because I was struggling with it, and I ran the numbers because Arceus has like Heal Block, it has like Recover, it's a real pain in the ass. So I ran the numbers on it, and I worked out that if you, just the moment you enter the encounter, start throwing Pokeballs at Arceus, in Gen 4, you have a better chance of catching it in fewer turns overall than you do trying to weaken it first. Because you have to spend so many turns weakening it, and then it heals itself and you have to do it again, you're losing that many turns trying to catch it. And it doesn't give you such a significant boost in catch rate that it's actually worth it. And so ever since then, I've just been like, well, why don't I just try and catch everything in a Pokeball? I think that would be fun, and I have done that since, and it has been fun. Like, obviously I don't do that in like, Nuzlogs and things, because that would be an absolute nightmare. But, in like, Quick Ball and Timer Ball main? Yeah, I can see that. Living Dex counts for challenge. I did a Pokeball only Living Dex invite. That's awesome. So I've got a challenge. I had a challenge run idea for Pokemon that I want to do in like Fire Red. And I think it could be quite interesting. I've been sort of tentatively calling it Pokemon Fire Red, but nobody came. After like the whole like Undertale thing. Do it this way, I think. And the idea of the run I'm not liking this. I think I need to be a little bit more. So the idea of the run of but nobody came run is that you would have no grass encounters anywhere. No surf, no cave, no fishing, nothing. No random encounters at all. And I would also ban the Versus Seeker. So the idea is that you can only work within the Pokemon that are gifted to you, or you can encounter as static encounters on the overworld. Which, I did some thinking about it, and I've worked out that there is only one choice for the starter in Gen 1. Because you literally cannot pick any other starter or you get soft-locked. I would like for chat to guess which starter is the correct pick for that challenge. It is not Charmander in Gen 1, no. It is not Charmander. You're correct on that. Just do that. Bulbasaur is good for early game, that is true. Squirtle's also not bad for early game, though. But it's... I think the hint here is it has nothing to do with how good they are in the gym. Would you like me to tell you the answer? You're gonna have no clue? That's fair. The correct answer is Bulbasaur. But not because of the gym. But because of the starters in Gen 1, only 2 of them can learn Cut. Charmander will not be able to beat the gym. Squirtle cannot learn Cut. And that is why you have to pick Bulbasaur or you softlock the run. Heck off, bot. But I have done some thinking about it, and there are a lot of Pokemon you can get throughout the run. Like, you are limited for sure, but you've got Snorlax, you got the legendary birds. You'll get access to Lapras, Eevee. You get quite a few options. I actually really like how this hand is shaped in the sketch, so I'm going to try and mimic it exactly. As close to exact as I can. Game corner prizes would still be okay, yes. You could get a Dratini, but it would take forever. And you'd have to get to Celadon first. I really like that hand, actually. I like that a lot. I'm trying to do a very cartoony style for this one. A little bit of a departure from what I've been doing before. I don't even know how I draw this character in a more realistic style. There we go. And I think we want to do a kind of... I think a more diamond shape. Like not... Like a little bit more... Like still pretty soft, but like this is pretty round, right? I think a more... kind of big sort of... squashed diamond shape. This is a difficult one. Okay, that's not bad. I can clean that up. I may have to take a quick bathroom break. So I'm going to take a quick bathroom break and then I will be back. I'm sorry it's so early. I usually go for a couple of hours before I have to take a break. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I will see you all in a few minutes. I'll run ads while I'm on break. So I will see you in a couple minutes. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. What the hecky? What the hecky? Hecky is my game doing? Sorry about that, folks. I'm back. Alright. I'm just gonna go in here and get some... do some kind of cleanup. Art! Yes. Art. Truly, this is art of all time. Put that out a little bit. Yeah, okay, I quite like that. I need to bring this up a little though. There we go. I quite like that. Now for the other leg. That's kind of the foot shape, and then we need another kind of ovally shape. Kind of bottom weighted oval, slightly. Like that, but a little cleaner. Okay, I can do that. We're going to simplify on this. Make it a little bit easier to edit. That might be a little too simple. I have control points now. Okay. There we go. In slightly here. Yeah, there we go. And then we gotta get rid of the back of the skirt here. Okay. Face with hair. So the hair kind of wants to go. Kind of like that. I can work with that. This, I think, needs to be a little bit more extreme, so we're going to run a simplify on that. Needs to be a little bit bigger up here. That, okay. Yeah, okay. That's a great shape there. If I can just run another quick simplify over that. Not quite that much. Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah. And this obviously shouldn't be curving back like this, so we want to kind of... I might just erase this actually. And keep this bit though. Again, I need to kind of just clean this up a bit. Careful, careful, careful. And that's going to lead into a little tuft there. But before that, we need to kind of get this shape in. Okay. Yeah. That's a really good shape. And this has got to kind of go... that, okay. Just come around like that. This comes in like here and joins up with that. Doesn't need to be super clean because it's going to be hidden by the body. And we've got another kind of swoosh coming down here. That. With another little swoosh going in there. And just kind of close that off. I think that's the main outline of the hair done. I think we need to bring it down a little here. It's just a little too... I think this needs to come down like this. So there's a lot more volume to it in that front little coif at the front. And I can pull this in a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Pull this down a bit. Okay. Pull this in a little bit too, just a tiny bit. Yeah, like that. Okay. Next up is hat. I want to add a little bit more shape to it, like yeah, a bit like that. A little bit more maybe. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's got a little shape to it now. Okay, now I can erase this bit. Okay. There we go. think what I actually need is some depth to this room here. Not a lot, just a little. Just a little like that, maybe. I'll simplify over this. And then I can just kind of pull this in here. Now I've got to get this quite small, not quite that small. Okay. There we go. That looks a little better. Alright. I think we can move on to color. Yeah, I think we can move on to color. Okay. So. Basic colors. Okay. Skin tone is pretty, like, orangey. Yeah, kind of like that. Wait, hang on, I have to be a bit careful about this. Okay, I need another layer. This is the fill for the face. But I need one for the body separately. Which can do this. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. Right. Let's go back to the face. Face fill even. We need kind of this kind of bright orange, but not too dark. Yeah, kind of like that. There we go. Just a hair. Probably actually should fill in the rest of this. Because the body is going to go over the top. Not bad. Let's pick that back up. Fill that. Okay. Right. Now it's kind of a grey, but I'm going to make it slightly blue because I think grey looks better when it's slightly blue. Okay, and we'll take the body fill and we'll fill in. Wait, that's not part of it. That's it. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's the main body. Then we get a slightly darker variant for the skirt. A little bit darker still for the back of the skirt, then a little bit darker still for the legs. Then we're going to get a sort of slightly pinkish red. Oh, that should be on face fill. And a little orangish red rather than pinkish red. Yeah, I think looks a little better. A bit darker. Yeah, okay. Then we also need refill. Salt whatever that's going on there in a second. What is going on here? Just no, hold on. Heck. What I want is actually like yeah, I just want a pen here. There we go. Okay, I think base colors are mainly filled in now. This system's actually going quite quickly. I think because of the simple art style, but I am going to get a little bit of extra shading in that isn't in the original art style, I think. We'll do the face first. Okay, so we need kind of the brush. We want this to be quite big. Want to... What's the button for this? I don't remember. There it is. Right, this is why I didn't do it this way. This is why I need the multiple layers. I remember now. Change this to a multiply. Turn the opacity down to about 25. Hello! Welcome in! We're just working on the shading at this point. This one's gone pretty quickly because it's quite a simple art style. Shaping up well. I'm glad you like it. Let me just turn this down a little bit further. Maybe not actually. Maybe what I'll do is I will take a large eraser at a lower opacity to kind of just dip this down a bit. I'm gonna go soft. I think what we'll do is we'll quite that big. Do kind of that. Yeah, okay, something like that. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna leave the eyes pretty much as they are, but I think we need to go into like the hair. Hair's gonna be tricky. I'm gonna put this on a different layer so I could do the hair shading separately. There we go. I want kind of everything from there downwards, more or less, to be in shadow. Except for that bit. Okay, there we go. actually is. If we just cut a bit off the top there too. This is really cute so far. I'm glad you're liking it. This is an interesting one because it's a very different art style from what I've done so far. This is going okay. I'm super happy with this shape. I want to kind of cut a lot deeper here. Like that, more like that shape, yeah. And I can use this brush to kind of smooth off the edges slightly. Okay, I'm gonna add another layer for some highlights. To be add glow. I think I do want to use the, what was I was using before? It was the fingertip, that's right. It's not really working for me. Let's try this again. This just isn't really... might work. Let me turn this one up a little and see if I can... Yeah, this might work. The soy pen. what I actually want to do is I want to get kind of like a shape there and then actually use an eraser to cut it out. Just to get this like hard. No, none of this is working for me. I'm struggling with this. Just kind of like draw a simple zigzag like that. Draw something like that and then get an eraser to like getting somewhere with this. Really not liking this. I don't know what it is. I think it's as simple as just doing something like that. Can you say these also this draw a continuous squiggle and then use the smear tool on? Yeah! I've tried that, but it's not really giving me the results I want. I guess I can give it another go. Just like... One, that's actually not bad. I'll take that. I want to move it slightly, but I will take it. Just want it to be kind of here instead. Okay. Another one to do up here. I think the plan was, yeah, the idea was to say draw a number of lines like this. Then I connect them top to bottom. Kind of following the curve. And then I'll kind of use a spear tool to kind of conform them to the shape a little bit. that. Oops. I don't dislike that, but I think it's a little big, so I'm gonna just shrink that down a bit. Might help to smear this go from outside, not just inside. I can give that a try. I think I need to just like turn its opacity down a bit. No, not opacity. What if I turn down a color stretch? Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Yeah, the problem with doing it from outside is that it really just kind of doesn't really get it the right shape. I think this isn't bad, but I don't really like this one up here. Let's try this again. This is tough. I'm really struggling with this. I might just, I think I'm gonna change my mind on how I want to do this. I think what I'm gonna do is actually something really simple. I think I am just gonna do like a hard-edged thing that just, I use the eraser to just kind of trim the corners off to make a hard angle like this. I've got an idea for how to make it a little bit nicer. I think this is the basic idea I want. Like that immediately looks a lot better, I think. It suits the style more. Yeah, I like this a little more. It's still not great though. Maybe if I... This is coming out too thin, so I just need to kind of redo this line here and then just have a little bit there. Okay. Okay, I'm liking that a lot more. Might just stretch it a little vertically like that. Yeah. Okay, now I have an idea for how to make this a little bit more interesting. This is not doing its thing. Why is this not visible? Oh, I think I know why. Hold on. Yeah, that's why. Okay. I think... Can I make this a mask layer?
Let's put on a lovely show for the audience.
Raid! Welcome in, Raiders! How was your stream? What were you up to? I hope you had a wonderful time. That's not what I want. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I hope you had a great time with that. I don't know much about that game, but I hope you were enjoying yourself. You heard there was art here? There is art here. I'm drawing. Doing side quests that die to a random encounter, yes, we have to do. Unfortunate. Okay, what I think I need to do then is I need to... Let's see, how do I... Is there a way I can change that, like... Doing side quests and die to a random encounter, that's what we can do. Okay, should have been able to win, but 5v1 is tough. 5v1 sounds pretty tough. Yeah. Tonal correction. There we go. That's what I want. I want to drop the brightness down. Yeah, okay. So now, when I fill this with a gradient, it'll do something like this. Which lets me have a little gradient. Doesn't help when you're in first person, your perspective gets spun around every time you... Oof, that sounds rough. Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty rough. Just has to be a little bit taller there, okay. Spike on that. Game's quite historically accurate if gamified a bit. That's cool. That's cool. Well, I'm glad you had a good stream, and you're welcome to stick around and chill. But if you do need to go and do some post-stream care, please feel free to. Alright. I think we can start on this other one. Lucy sent around events that happened around 1400 Bolivia. Bolivia? Why did I say Bolivia? That is Bohemia. That is a completely different thing. Nice. I don't really know what happened in 1400s Bohemia, honestly. I am not the most well versed in history. Yeah, a little bit different. I don't know why I read Bolivia there. So I get my brain just filled in. So B, I was like, I know what follows after B. Brain, no you do not. You do not know everything. Lots of what? I mean, I figured. That does track. Yes. Awesome. You could summarize, but largely what happened? Fair. Let's keep that as it is. This needs to come a little bit sharper. This needs to be a tiny bit more. So it's more. That's what I'm finding the bands or the game called Cubans. Okay. Short version of all human history. I mean, basically, yeah. People invented putting rocks on sticks, and then war happened. A summary of all human history. Rock on a stick, yeah. I wish I had a rock on a stick, honestly. Wait, no, hang on, I did that wrong. This needs to be, edit, tone correction, brightness contrast. I need to drop all the brightness on that. I think I'm messing up. Yeah, oh, hold on. I think what I want to do is I want to take this. What? I'm confused. Okay, that's what I expected. Now I want to do the same thing kind of here. Like that. Okay. That's kind of what I want. And this needs to... No, don't what? Heck. No! Ah! I'm losing all my stuff. I'm losing my layouts. Okay. I heard you like Final Fantasies. So what's your job on 14? Who's your favorite character? I play Bard, and my favorite character is Tataru. But it's close to the running for a lot of people. What do you mean true? What does that even mean? Barry with a pencil! Yeah! Welcome in. I'm doing some of the drawings. Tataru's a good one and Bard's fun. Bard is fun. I like Bard a lot. Oh, you're truing with the Tataru pick. I see. Gradient's not as steep as I'd like. I think I'm gonna redo this. Thank you for the posture check. I will untrim. I take this and just do that again with another gradient. It's not the gradient tool. I think what I want to do is I want to just do a... Maybe that should enhance the gradient a bit, yeah. Okay. Now, I think this is not... Heck off. This is not quite the right shape, so I'm gonna try and... Okay, what are these? Free transforms. Is that what I want? Yes, it is. That's not what I want. I want the slide pen. Okay, I can... Yeah, I do like Tataru. Tataru is I think my favorite character. She's just really fun. And she's small and cute, and I like small and cute. She is the best, I agree. Like me? I know about that. Tataru is a good bean, I agree. we go. I'm getting somewhere. The best on glasses? Well, thank you for giving me glasses, I guess. And a melon. Doing all the redeems today. And hydratorate, I will drink. Thank you for the hydration. Oh, right, this shouldn't be... Oh, heck, I've done this wrong. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's... mostly... No, it's not fine. I need to get rid of that. Okay. We're gonna do this again. Because I messed up. Not that big. Not that big. That's big. I can go to the Mines of Moria with that? True, I can. You're right. I hadn't even thought about that. I went to the mines. There was a game that came out a little bit ago that was like you could play as a dwarf in Moria. I was kind of interested in it, but then I kind of just didn't play it, so oh well, I guess. It was like a multiplayer dwarf simulator. Kind of liked the idea. I forget what it was called. Something Moria, I think. Return to Moria! Yeah, that was it. I was kind of interested in that, but then I just didn't play it. Gamer syndrome, wants to play a game but no time to play. Yeah, that's kind of it, really. There's so many games that I've been interested in playing and just either not had time for or just not had the energy for, because frankly a lot of games just take a lot of energy these days. Especially longer ones, or like big multiplayer games. It's why I've kind of gone off the whole like open world games thing. It's a big reason for it anyway, because it's just I don't have the time and energy commitments that those require. Like, unless it's one I've played before and I'm like already familiar with. Like Xenoblade X, sure, I'm familiar with that one. I know how that one works. I don't mind that one, I like that game. But a new... what the heck? A new open world game? No thank you. I'll pass. Nobody got time for that. You're allergic to open world? I understand. Why does this button rotate my canvas? Wrong thing I want to get. I don't like that gradient. That's not the gradient button. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, I think we're mostly there with the highlights. I'm still not a huge fan of like the positioning on this one. I think that'll do though. We just move it kind of up there, rotate it slightly. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll have to do. I happily play open world with friends, but alone just feels like a poor use of my time. I totally understand what you mean. I totally get what you mean. All right, we need. We'll do a shading for the hat. Just grab this shadow color again. It wasn't a soy pen we were using, was it? It was Eater brush, that's right. Sort that out in a second. Please don't eat the hat. I just can do this in one sweep, that would be good. Yeah, like that. Turn up multiply. No, hang on. I got a problem there. Multiply. It's slightly bigger, I think. You're not quite that big. There we go. Right, I need my hard eraser. A little bit bigger. There we go. I should handle it. And we'll get some proper shading under the head, under the rim here. What I want to do here is actually just shade the whole underside like that, more or less, and then we get a soft brush. Soft erase like that. Nope, other way around. I need to use a soft brush to make the shadow in the first place. I'm not a fan of this color for this shadow. I think it needs to be a little bit less purple. So we're gonna try something else. A bit darker and a bit bluer. That's more like it. Yeah, okay. So now we can get a lot more contrast. Alright, that. Can get rid of that, and then we'll do the soft shadows under there in a second. Yeah, because if I turn that down to about 40, then we get some nice shadows there. I'm going to add a highlight on there as well at some point. Do is kind of that. So I can turn the shadow up a little. We can get some deeper shadows under the hair, by the hair there. Need a brush out and just kind of do something like that. Turn that right the way up and have that as like a contact shadow. That's looking good. Okay, I need the Eda brush. Turn this down a little and I can do something like this. Okay. Raglan, welcome in! Yay, fairy! Add glow for the hat highlight. Fairy buddies! Smooth brush there. Yeah. May you make a suggestion about stream audio? Absolutely. You're very welcome to. I can't know about audio issues if people don't tell me, so I really do appreciate it. Okay. Oh, is there a lot of noise coming through? So the reason I don't have a noise suppression filter on usually, I put one on. The reason I don't usually have one on is that the noise filter in OBS tends to filter out my voice a lot of the time, especially if I laugh. So I tend not to put one on, but I do have a fan on right now. So if that's coming through, then I will put I put one on. So hopefully that'll help a little bit. But yeah, usually I don't put one on because it filters my voice out quite a lot. Yeah, it's wild. It was intermittent fan noise. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for mentioning that, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. It's very hard to tell. Like, it's a pretty quiet fan, so it doesn't activate the mic, but if it's coming through after I'm talking, so when the mic's active, then yeah. I appreciate you telling me. And I apologize for all of you who had to put up with that for up to this point. Balloon. Polyline, that's the one. It's gonna... Sounds a lot better now? That's good. Hopefully I just won't have any reason to laugh super loud, because I turned it off because it kept filtering out my laugh. Perfect. Okay. Stop. Laugh right now? I can try. I tried to laugh. If you laughed, I didn't hear it. No suppression strikes again. Yeah, it's probably worth it. What I really need is like a better noise suppression system that's not reliant on the one built into OBS. That's kind of what I need. But I haven't worked out how to do that, so I just kind of don't have that. Wave XLR? I don't know what that is, but if it'll help, sure. Okay. It's good for the tie. Okay. What else have we got? We've got the body now. The body should be pretty easy. Oh, it's no Gato sound processing thing? Okay.
Let's put on a lovely show for the audience.
Welcome in, Raiders! Hello, welcome in! What were you up to? How's your stream? Welcome in, everybody! I hope you've been having a good time. Hooray! She was lovely. Also doing art. You made a lemon baboon called Fresh. Amazing. Yes, my raid sound is honeybee. I'm glad you had a good time. If you've got to go do some post-stream care, please. Can you post a clip? Absolutely. I'm not going to watch it on stream, but you're absolutely welcome to post it. If you got to go do some post-stream care, please feel free to. Otherwise, you're welcome to hang around and chat. For those who don't know me, I am Prola, I am a moon fairy, and I love women and burning things and women and what? Alright. 25 is probably good for that. Yeah, good. Something about we probably don't need to shadow the underside of the skirt because it's already shadowed. Probably just want to do the feet. Yeah, thank you very much for the raid here. I appreciate it a lot. We're just doing some. We had a subathon a couple of months ago at this point, where one of the goals was for people to get some art drawn by me. So we're doing the last one of those now today. One. Just to all be in shadow now. Story about Lemon Baboon. My wife commissioned me to draw it, then Mina redeemed an art stream of him to draw his version. Awesome. That's really cool. I love that. I do need to shadow this bottom of the skirt. I think that is needed. There we go. Now it feels a little better. Maybe a little better still, actually. If I get a soft erase and just do this. Yeah. A bit more depth there. Art redemptions and some channel points over on my side. We have backlog 85 since November. Wow, good luck. Really good though. Really sacrifice. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is like kind of a new thing for me. I've not really done much flat art like this, but I couldn't see a way to kind of make this character feel a bit more realistic. So I'm trying to kind of mimic the style a little bit. Not completely. I'm kind of putting my own touches on there, but I'm trying to like clean things up and make it a little bit like 2D. And it's working out quite well for me. I'm liking where this is going so far. We're just onto some shading at the moment. I certainly don't feel like I'm particularly great at art, but I do my best. I mainly just completely wing it. About like that, I think that looks good. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. I'm pleased with that. Just want to get a little... What? You think I'm doing great? Well, I appreciate it. A little bit around the sleeves there. Contact shadows, yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate it a lot. I want to shade this. I think maybe that's before we want kind of like the tip of the thumb to be kind of its thing, and then yeah, like that. And tip of the finger. This probably wants to be in shadow like that. Little like something more like that. Softer. Yeah, something softer like that. Second part to remember. Such a part to remember pro side is good and I like it. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Do those afterwards. I'll brush you. I've been wanting since I was a kid to improve my art. Because I've never felt like I'm particularly good at it. I've never felt like a strong kind of I've always felt like I was okay, but I never felt like I was like really actually good. But I figured I like watching art streams, right? Art streams are chill and fun, and I figured other people like watching art streams, so why don't I try and like use my streams to kind of try and learn how to do better? And that's what I'm trying to do. That's that, and I'm gonna get a soft brush. I'm gonna take that out there. I'm learning. It's good and Keanu gets better. I appreciate that. I am trying. I'm definitely learning, like, at the very least, I'm learning how to use CSP. And it started with Arthur Toll a few years ago and Digital Art entirely in November. Well, you're really good for, because I've seen some of your work, you're really good for having only done it for a couple of years. Like, you're really good. I like your art a lot. Okay, not a fan of this. I think I want exactly the opposite of that. Getting a lot of help with the community. Yeah, the community help has been really good, actually. It's been really helpful for me, too. People are giving me a lot of helpful advice. I think that's going to work better. And then the soft brush to kind of blend the edges of this a little. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Okay, we're getting there. I want to do a couple more bits on the body. Nope, I need to actually go to body fill. Okay, I want to do a couple more bits here. I want to get like a... more like that, honestly. Yeah, more like that. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. And then I need to turn this down a little bit because I just want to strip across the arm like that. There we go. Then I want to do a bit more on the hair, I think. I want to get a slight highlight on the skin too. That's the one I was looking for. So I need to do the tongue as well. Just the hair. Hair shading. I think I want to go much darker. Yeah. We're just going to add some like really dark bits to the back there. What about the soft brush? Actually, the really smooth brush. Give it a bit of a gradient there. Maybe a little bigger. Yeah. Give it a bit of gradation. I think works to just kind of go at a little depth. And if we go to the hair highlights, we kind of do the same thing. Just adding a little gradation in a few places. Give it a little more depth. Then I also want to take another set of shading and just by that small. I just want a little bit of darkness around the hat. Yeah, okay. Okay. This is working. I think I do want to keep the eyes just bright white like that. Okay. I want to add some small highlights to the skin. So let me get on the hands. Nothing big, just a little. Oops, that needs to be white, not purple. Just a little bit of highlighting, just on like it's like that. This is purple. I've just added that on the wrong layer. It's meant to be here. Classic, I did it on the wrong layer of issue. It's pretty subtle. And the same thing on the face shading. Add another. Yeah, honestly, being able to actually remembering to name my layers is making this a lot easier. To do some shading in the mouth. Okay. I think we're pretty close to done, honestly. I'm liking this a lot. We're pretty close to none. This one's been a lot shorter than my other ones. I want to add a tie highlight too. It's taken a lot less time than my last ones. They all took like 4 hours each. Okay, this is not a glow. Okay. Turn that all the way down. Maybe some blaring. The AC's back? Nice. I'm glad you got that sorted. I think we're going to be done. I'm pretty happy with this. I think we're going to be done. Alright, let me see if I can remember how to do the thing. So this is my layer. So I want to get foreground to background. So I can go for sort of blue purple to Yeah, okay. So all my layers. Let's see. Duplicate all these and then merge selected layers. Yeah, there we go. That all the way down there. Oh, heck. Wait, no, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. What am I doing? What am I doing? I just need to select first all layers and just do that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And then select inverse, select shrink by 20 pixels, I guess. Nope, wrong way. Oh, let's select grow by 20 pixels. There we go. And then we fill that with white. And we get a cute little outline. Yeah. Now I'm gonna just stamp my heckin' logo on it. There's that. And that. There it is. You love this? Honestly, I'm pretty happy with this. I like this one quite a lot. I like this a lot. I'm really pleased with this one. I like this quite a lot. This was a little challenging because I had to do a whole new art style. You need to calm me. I have no comms available because I do not trust myself. I have been thinking about opening them up though. I might. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. This one worked out really well. It didn't quite look like the artwork, but she looks a little bit like a Rayman character, which I think is quite cute. Yeah, I really like this. I'm really happy with this. I'm really pleased with this one. Let me save this as a PNG. And then I will send you that over after the end of the stream. Speaking of which, I don't know what we're gonna do next, because this went way faster than my other ones. Fear of doing commissions is definitely a mood. Yeah. I get very anxious about that kind of thing. And like, I'm never sure, like, what if I get a commission that I can't do, right? What if? And I mean, I can always do my best, but yeah, there's stuff that I've tried to draw that I just can't. And no matter how hard I try. And it's, obviously I want to improve on that, but, you know, yeah, you know how it is. You get me. Yeah, I really like this. I'm happy with this one. I think the hair came out really good in this. They took a lot of work on the little shines on it, but I think the hair turned out really well. I always struggle with hair. Hair's tricky. Alright. Okay. Now I have a problem. If I want to keep drawing, what am I going to draw? Hair and hands are difficult. Yeah, hands are tricky. Hands are really tricky. I did note that Minnie only has 3 fingers and a thumb, which did make things a little bit easier. You accidentally with those hair and handcuffs? I know where your mind's at. I see where your mind's at. Incredible. I'm considering wrapping up slightly early because I wasn't feeling super well earlier. I'm feeling okay now, But I've not been feeling 100%, so I might just take the early wrap up as a win and then get some rest. But I definitely want to do more art streams because I have a lot of fun with these. My main issue is just not knowing what to draw. Is good art? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy with this one. I like this one a lot. Alright, I think I'm gonna hop back to the chatting. Morgably the scrum. No, I'm not drawing another scrum. I might just wrap up for today because I am not feeling 100% and I have a sore throat, which isn't helpful. But I do want to do more art, so I might do more art next week. I'm not sure what, but I might do something. Just doodle something cute. This has been a lot of fun. I love doing, like, you're considering maybe doing commissions to talk on the spot. Someone wants things slow down a bit, the ease of doing that makes sense. Yeah, just start with people you know, and then don't steal Blauhai, please. Yeah, just like starting with people you know is a great idea, honestly. Yeah, I honestly, from what I've seen of your work, I don't think you'll have any problems with commissions. Your work's like consistently solid. I still feel like I've got a long way to go, but I want to keep practicing, so I want to do more art. I love art streams. Art streams are a lot of fun. But alright, I'm gonna find someone lovely to send you all into. I appreciate you all, and I've had a lovely time. So we're gonna give that to somebody else. Let's see who is going on. Thank you for the pets. I love pets. Thank you. And a hydrator, right? I will take something to drink. Hold on. And I will untrip. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Who have we got going on right now? Nice. Oh, there's a few friendos up right now, but we could go do more art. We could continue the art train. I think that might be a cool idea. Let's continue the art train, and we'll go say hi to Osio. Osio is very lovely, and we'll go say hi to Osio, who is also doing art. I will give us a raid message. If you are subscribed, you may use this raid message. If you are not subscribed, then you may use this raid message. And please just spam that in Osio's chat and be lovely, because Osio is lovely. And thank you all very, very much for joining me today. I've had a lovely time. I know it's been a short one, but this has been a lot of fun regardless. And I appreciate you all. And I will see you all next week for some more stuff. I don't know what, but it'll be some stuff. Probably more Xenoblade, probably more art. But I will see you then. Bye, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. Be sure to say hello to Osio and be very lovely and cute and cool. Like I know you all are. We will see you all later. Bye for now.